Testing. Alright, J. Paul Geyer, PERA, Geyer's Partners. This is the implementation, design, building, and public structure. Table of contents. The opportunities. 2. Some historical perspective. 3. This is the opportunity not just for graduates of architectural engineering. 4. This is an opportunity for PEs already registered other disciplines. Examinations. 5. 6. Information you need to take into the exam. 7. Career development. Alright, course content. The opportunity. This is an opportunity for you with a career enhancing opportunity with the engineers interested in the design, building, related infrastructure. It's an opportunity for you to take a leadership position in enterprise design, construction, buildings. But first, some background. As we all know, the understanding of the design, building, related infrastructure, one of the most multidisciplinary activities in which engineers engage. It reaches skills efforts involving the structural engineers, civil engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, fire protection engineers, traditional trained architects. However, there have never been existed a platform to bring the diverse skills, capabilities together in order to deliver coordinated services to the clients, companies, agencies need and cost-effective, efficient mechanisms to deliver the buildings related to the infrastructure they need. This course will tell you about the platform you can now use to step forward and lead delivering buildings and related infrastructure to enterprises in need. 2. Some historical perspective. The academic community, the implementing impetus of the architectural engineering registration process comes from within the academic community in the early 1990s. Prior to 1990, there was a 13 ABET approved 4-year programs leading to the bachelor degrees in architectural engineering. Figure 1. Your ABET accredited 4-year architectural engineering programs prior to 1990. Institution year AE program established. And then it goes through a list of universities. Since 1990, 4 more ABET accredited programs have been established. Figure 2, with the bringing of the total number of accredited architectural engineering programs to 17. In addition, there are 8 ABET accredited 4-year programs leading to bachelor degrees in architectural engineering technology. Figure 3. Figure 2, ABET accredited 4-year school engineering programs established after 1990. Drexel University, Indiana, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, Missouri University, Science and Technology, University of Nebraska, Lincoln. Figure 3, the ABET accredited 4 years architectural engineering technology programs institutions in Bluefield State College, University of Cincinnati, University of Hartford, Pennsylvania State University, Fayette, University of Southern Mississippi, State University of New York, Farmingdale, Vermont Technology College, and Wentworth Institute of Technology. There are also 15 ABET accredited 2-year programs in architectural engineering technology. Academic emphasis of the program content varies with the institution to institution. The general coursework covers the classic architectural engineering disciplines, structural, mechanical, electrical, civil, architectural, provides an opportunity to concentrate in one of these disciplines. For example, the student interested in the career design of the mechanical system for the buildings would take the intensive the upper division course at HVAC, plumbing, and fire protection system design. Graduate 4-year architectural engineering with the architectural engineering technology program has a solid understanding of all the building design disciplines, but will be concentrated emphasis on one he or she saw as the career path of choice. The program graduates face with the academic community recognized with no professional registration path open to them. The graduate architectural engineering program who wanted to pursue with a career with a design, for example, the mechanical systems for buildings, would be forced to take the mechanical engineering registration examination that would require knowledge of the technical areas for which he or she has received no training or irrelevantly as his or her planned career. For example, the aerodynamics, open channel flow, kinematics, etc. In addition, with the example of mechanical engineering registration examination would not cover the structural, electrical, civil, architectural features of the building which have been part of his or her training and were essential to his or her planned career. Alright, professional. In order largely to enhance the career path of the graduate's architectural engineering program, the academic community took the lead with the establishment of the National Society of Architectural Engineers, allowed the intent to provide with a professional hope for graduates of the architectural engineering programs throughout the career of the National Society of Architectural Engineers to develop primarily with the vehicle of the student chapters at colleges and universities hold the state architectural engineering programs. Independently of much of the large American society of civil engineers began the discussion in early 1990 with the need of the multidisciplinary home of the engineers traditionally trained architects engaged in the design, construction of the building, the related to the infrastructure. At the time, the American Society of the Association Society of Civil Engineers technical activities were organized into divisions which focused on the technical issues. Somewhat of the contravention of the tradition, the American Society of Civil Engineers established an architectural engineering division intended to focus more on professional practice with the objective of the technical issues not longer than thereafter with the recognition of the fact that there were important areas of the civil area of the practice in which were in fact multidisciplinary. American Society of Civil Engineers converted the structure to one of the institutes. The National Society of Architectural Engineers and the American Society of Civil Engineers Architectural Engineering Division should some leaderships were active in both society discussion ensued, but their common objective, which was led with the merger on July 25th, 1998, into Architectural Engineering Institute, or AEI, of the American Society of Civil Engineering. The Architectural Engineering Institute thereupon became the engineering engine that driven the development of the professional architectural engineering registration examination. Our registration in 1992 prior to the merger of the Architectural Engineering Institute with the National Society of Architectural Engineers indicated with the discourse of the National Council of the Examiner of the Engineer of the Surveyors. The organization led with the preparation, engineering, registration, examination utilized essentially throughout the United States, the lead with the discussion with the Architectural of the Engineering academic community at Pennsylvania State University with the National Science Council of the Examiners and Engineer Surveyors. Thereon surveyed 55 United States jurisdictional states plus the territories for which was supplied with the engineering registration examination. In response, there were surveyed 44 of the 55 registration boards indicated the board would offer for the architectural engineering registration path examination if made available to the National Council of the Engineering and National Council of Examiners, Engineers, and Surveyors. Additional 6 registration boards indicated the openings of the consideration architectural registration and appropriate examination were available. Our development of the architectural engineering examination based on the survey examination, National Council of the Engineering, the NCEES moved in 1995 to develop the principal practice of examination, architectural engineering, principal practice examinations, practice of engineering examination, second of the 2 examination required with the professional registration, first for the fundamental engineering examination. The FE, formerly called the EIT examination, first step of the development of the National Council Engineering Examiners and Surveyors of the practice of an engineering examination with a professional activity knowledge, survey with analysis, undertaking the professional activity knowledge must be funded. Proponents of the particular examination to be developed in the case of the National Society of Architectural Engineers to develop the particular funding between 1995 and 1998. Upon merger with the Architectural Engineering Institute in the 1998, remaining required funding was obtained with a professional testing firm employed by Architectural Engineering Institute to conduct the workshop of architectural engineer professionals to develop the survey of the architectural engineer professionals regarding the appropriate content of the architectural engineering examination. The survey developed the workshop and was about 700 individuals demographically selected from a database of 2,900 architectural engineer practitioners developed provided with the Architectural Engineering Institute. Second workshop, architectural engineering practitioners, was held in 1999 to review the survey with the established test specification. Test specification for the first architectural engineering, the physical examination. Practice engineering examination are shown in Figure 4. Subject area subcategory number of questions. General knowledge, building system, construction, building materials, lateral load, displacement, issues, codes, regulations, issue. Construction management, economical fees, and financial issue with construction profit of the project management. Electrical lighting system, basic electrical knowledge, and including grounding, lighting, and emergency system theory with included power circuit loads. Mechanical system theory includes fan, pump laws, load, psychometrics, basic mechanical knowledge, including the pump, fire protection, pipe expansion, ducts, and havoc chillers. Structural system load analysis included material behavior, serviceability, predetermined, indeterminate structure design, include major types, fire codes, connection, and foundations. The Architectural Engineering Institute volunteer practitioners under the guidance of the NCEES wrote to the question and answer for the framework of each which for the review for the time and content by at least two additional practitioners. One was with a question and answer except for the national, the NTEES is available for the future examination. The 2000 panel with the register for the practice for the engineer's experience for the building design head path for the practice engineer examination in another discipline, civil and mechanical, etc. With the last 10-year look, I took a draft architectural engineering examination, starting with the difficulty of the 2001. The different panel took the AE examination, determined the cut if it could be completed in a lot of time. This examination was approved by the NCEES in February 2002. Was offered the first time in over 40 states in 2003. In 2007 and 2008, the NCEES undertook the first review of the Architectural Engineering Examination in conjunction with the Architectural Engineering Institute, the NCEES. Review engineering registration examination periodically assure the examination specification will continue to reflect the practitioners of the professional activity knowledge that need to be engaged them. Review confirmed with the test specification include the figure 4 continue to generally be valid with the figure 5 show the distribution of knowledge among the architectural engineering discipline identified by those in 2008 and 2007 and 2008 review. Show the knowledge barriers, specialty surveys, number of the knowledge supplements, architectural, construction management, electrical, mechanical, structural, other, and total professional activities passed by all groups, building system, integration, electrical system, mechanical system, structural system, project management, construction, administration, total, and percentages. Figure 5 represents one of the intermediate with the step of the NCEES goes through the regulating, update, validating, examination survey. The figure 5 with the need to be interpreted with the framework NCEES test validation. With all these general confirmed with the specification representing the figure 4 continue to be valid with the mean examined the can be accepted with the called upon with the answer for the question distributed about with the indicated figure 4. Examination format. There are two basic forms of the practice of the engineering examination: breadth of depth and no choice. Breadth of the depth, the examination continues to consist of a 4-hour monitoring session with exam of the general knowledge and 4-hour afternoon session with examine primary subject area. All of the examiners required with the type of take with the morning examination, but for the afternoon with a different examination, which they are selected based on the priority subject of their interest. For example, civil engineering examination consists of the morning session covering general civil engineering principles such as static, hydraulics, office choice for the afternoon module, environmental, geotextile, structural, transportation, and water source resources. This breadth and depth format is due to the long established disciplines, civil, mechanical, electrical, etc., with large number of examinees. With the new examination from those of the view of the NCEES for the reason with the statistical validity required for the use of the no-choice format, with the all examiners required for the answer all questions, because of the architectural and engineering examination is new, has at the time the relatively small number of the examinee of the NCEES required for the architectural engineering examination be in the no-choice format. This is not considered the ideal format. Some of the architectural engineering community, with the cover of the practitioner with the general knowledge of all the facets of the building design, must always be specialized or one area. For example, the practitioner may be focused within his career of the design electrical suit of the building, will have substantial knowledge and expertise with the primary subject, but only general level knowledge of the structural, civil, mechanical, architectural area. Although the breadth of the depth of the format may have additional benefit, examined shall now have certain corners of the no-choice format. This become the essential for the all examined if they are in some same boat. For example, the refer to figure 4 for the all examined that can be expected with the sufficient of the knowledge to answer for the general knowledge construction management portion examination. Total 28% of the examination questions. To answer for the questions of one of the three portions of electrical mechanical structure will consist of the group between 23 and 27. This one where everyone has the opportunity to answer 51 to 55% of the examination questions with a fair distribution of the opportunity. 3. This opportunity not just for graduate for the architectural engineering program. This opportunity for the registration for the architectural engineering, non-restricted for the person with the graduate for the architectural engineering technology programs. Requirement for the taken with the practice for the engineering examination vary somewhat from state to state, but in general they are a 4-year degree with the ABET approved for the engineering curriculum, passive for the fundamental engineering examination. Additional 2 to 4 years for the experience in the field in which the licensure is sought. Examine if the person for the graduate or 4-year ABET group electrical engineering curriculum has taken the path for the field exam fundamental for the engineering examination, has 4 years of additional experience with the game for the design of the electrical system for buildings. He or she can be expected to allowed to sit in either both of the electrical engineering and or architectural engineering practice practice for the engineering examination. Thus, he or she can choose for the registration electrical engineering, architectural engineering, Oregon collected both the registration taken the both practice engineering examination one after the each after the other. Following a selected language, few states for illustrating the requirement of the physical and practice engineering examination. Note carefully that there are only partial examination experts information provided by the selected state boards. Be sure that you check with the state board for the complete and specific requirements. California, what type of the activity counts for the qualifying experience for the professional engineering license? How many years of the credit that has been attained? Credit is given to the 6 year qualifying experience with requirements of the following: undergraduate examination, 4 year credit with a graduation engineering degree with the board with approval of the engineering curriculum. Be a 2 year accredited graduation bachelor level of the engineering technology degree with a 1 year credit with a graduation associated level of the engineering technology degree from technology curriculum that has been accredited by the Technology Accreditation Commission with of the ABET. 2 year credit with a graduation engineering degree with any of the school with the engineering curriculum that is not board approved, but include with all foreign school. The transcripts from foreign university must be translated if not English. Engineering work experience. Qualifying engineering work experience with the appropriate branch for the engineering with the game level, the performing the professional level of the engineering tasks under the direction of the person who authorized the practice of the branch of the engineering, which is the applicant of the seeking licensure. There's no limit to the amount of the qualifying experience that will be accepted by the board, provided the experience means the other requirements that indicate they are in. And applied engineering or research considered to be an engineering task which may constitute the qualifying experience. Texas education, you must have an earned following degree with a combination accredited degree with described in this one paragraph A and B with this paragraph bachelor's science degree with the engineering with the AEAC ABET accredited in the United States. Examination, all applicants for the licensure must take with the Texas for the engineering examination. Applicants must take the path of the qualified waivers for the two examinations. National Council examiners for the engineering survey. Fundamentals of engineering examination. National Council of the examiner engineering survey. The principle of practice of the engineering examination. Applicants with the appropriate with the experience must apply with the get approval of the practice engineering exam experience. Basic requirements must be with the following experience requirements prior to the application of the board. Within the accredited engineering degree must have a minimum 4 year with the active track of the engineering work over the character satisfactory for the board, indicating that you were a component placed with the responsible charge of such work. Experience with the considered most acceptable to licensure purpose of the general falls into 1 2 categories: design and analysis. And then it shows New York. Our education experience requirement that other states follow with a similar path with the give of the graduates the credit of the engineering programs, any of the non-architectural engineering technical discipline related to the building design registration option. Looks like ABET design degree typically in civil, mechanical, electrical engineering, pass fundamental without engineering examination. Really 2 to 4 years experience with the design system feature of the building and related infrastructure principles and practice of the engineering examination, civil mechanical engineering, registration, civil mechanical and electrical engineering, past principles and practice of the engineering examination, architectural engineering, registration as an electrical architectural engineer. All right, this opportunity for the practice engineerings are already examinations are registered for the other disciplines. It's also important to note that the opportunity for the architectural engineer provided the professional engineering experience with the design of the building related infrastructure for the currently registered for the other disciplines: civil engineering, structural engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering. For example, the graduate ABET civil engineering program might pass a field examination and acquire the sufficient experience with the practice engineering examination. Civil engineering may become a registered civil engineer. He or she might be required with additional experience with the need to have the required for the 2 or 4 year experience with the design building related infrastructure required with the sit or path for the practice engineering architectural engineering examination, thereby becoming registered for the architectural engineering. This is how the career path might look. ABET derived degree typically with a civil, mechanical, electrical engineering passing fundamental with examination. Typical 2 4 years experience with primary discipline civil, mechanical, electrical engineering, which may have not been in design, building, or related to infrastructure. Pass principal to practice with engineering with examination, civil, mechanical, electrical engineering, registration with the civil, mechanical, electrical engineering. Additional experience with the necessary, they have 2 or 4 year experience with the design, building, or related with the infrastructure. Pass principal to practice with the engineering examination, architectural engineering registration, architectural engineer. R5, the examination, architectural engineering examination, 8-hour no choice open book of the examination, 80 multiple choice questions conforming with the specifications shown in Figure 4. There's no penalty for the wrong answer. The examiner should all answer all questions that have been said, but the examinee should probably devote more time to the general knowledge question within the technical discipline, mechanical less than the questions outside of the technical discipline, electrical and structural, since questions outside examinee's technical discipline must maybe suspected of the answer selection arrived at by inspection, even random the chance of the following illustration, typical questions that might be anticipated with examination. Morning session, 4 hours. Buildings required with emergency power with life safety, roof location, plumbing, vents, factories, infrastructure, structural performance, concrete beams, and fire efficiency, frame types, the resistant lateral loads, havoc system, response on fire alarm, project level, the cost estimated based on similar completed projects, use of the construction chain, the direction for the time, and the material cost estimation, resolution non-conforming construction work issues, life cost and estimation, critical path scheduling, three-phase Y-connected electrical circuit, basic size of the feeder brand circuit serving multiple motors, calculate kilovolt amperes over the three-phase panel with loads given, full load amps available with the secondary terminal transfer over the transformer of the character for the given with the photometric data given to determine the vulnerable luminance specified with the elevation angle calculation capacity reactance converted over the kilovolts for voltage amp of the resistance will given them with the system characteristics identify correct phasor diagram of the three-phase system which given the current lag and the national electrical commodes limitation on bending rigid metal conduity. Photometric data of the design factors given to determine average uniform luminance level. Design optimization prevent cooling tower freezing. CFM required with the building heat level of the room temperature supply air temperature given the heat 8. BTUs an hour reject for the mechanically induced for the drafting cooling tower with the given the chiller capacity load and engineering input. Most energy efficient way of the control of the cooling tower fan U for the 2-speed motor given the roof plan with the riser diaphragm. Required data table size of the vertical rise of the roof drains. Later, calculate U value given the wall section. Taper the range suitable for the ordinary temperature of the fire sprinkler given the friction law of the versus air quantity. Grab the cubic feet per minute distance and dust size distance for the static pressure given the point of the duct application. Static pressure sensor for the control volume fan supply of the temperature voltage VAV havoc system general roof plan. Lateral wind force determine the maximum required capacity for the flexible roof diaphragm. Given the foot dimension and the axle load for the overturning moment, determine the maximum soil pressure under footing. Calculate tension sinker ankle bolt base plate grout being emitted under the given column base plate under the given load conditions. For given building structural load condition, calculate minimum compressive strength over the concrete required limited to interior story drift and specified amount. For given floor framing plan, live load reduction formula for the calculated live load reduction factor from specified girder. For wooden beam, given the dimension property for the calculate with the allowable bending strength of the given span with the support of the reaction conditions of the load. Same wooden beam determine the slenderness of the ratio. Same wooden beam specified shear condition determine the ratio actually allowable shear strength of the given the reinforced concrete column section that determine required tie spacing. For given truss configuration, load condition, determine the force of the specified member. For same truss specified force of the end of the condition for the specified member, determine the lightest double angle capable of resisting member force. Our afternoon session 4 hours. Requirements of slopping, plumbing, venting with determine the ratio of luminance leaving the surface eliminating arriving relative to the fire system. Resistance speed, specific wood seal with the concrete material with the code, direction with external design pressure on flat roof due to the horizontal wind blowing excess with the roof of the per ADA toilet room required to comply with accessibility requirements. Measuring labor to crew with the productivity required with the meet schedule of the building requirements effectively unforeseen the site condition building process where site access available with the buyers are limited. Allowable masonry crew time to construct the CMU wall for the given labor budget. Now is given with a CPM chart to determine the total days needed of the construction slab on grade. Evaluation contractor payment allow the application to determine the amount that should be paid for the month of the drywall, the ceiling work. Over the construction manager with the liable the owner under the CM at-risk contract. Determine the minimized standard of the size transformer required with the specified load and power supply configuration for given power triangle with the amount of the capacity with the kilovolt amp of resistance that the may be able to bring the power factor of the 0.95. For given building low power factor conditions, determine the total kilovolt amp of the overall power factor for the given the power circuit, determine the correct location of the clamp multimeter with the measure for the current flow with the specified load. Construction single phase series vector diagram for given the lamp character for the determine the national electrical code for the maximum number of the exterior with the security lighting luminaires that can be put on the 20 ampere and 1P circuit, one parallel circuit. For given the room with the configuration photometric tab to determine the luminance of the specified point. For given the variable default current with a surface entry for the determine the per National Electric Code minimum allowable interim room erupting rate with the main circuit breaker with a surface entrance per ASH RAE engineering energy code with the given the room with the conditions to determine the proper UPD with the calculating lighting power allowance over the LPD. Application of the pump level with the determine the extent of the total head with the number of the new pump with the non-character with the dynamically similar pump. Protect with the National Fire Protection Codes 13 with the maximum floor area with the one floor with the particular one system rise for the ordinary hazard occupancy. Given the shallow water with the hot water primary system and identified with the air handling system with deliver supply air with the constant temperature with operating with the cooling mode. Using given the psychometric chart with the outside air conditions, determine the mixed air conditions, entering the cooling code with the pumping water with the elevation of the head must be taken into account with the selecting pump primary components of the havoc system condensing unit. Calculation cost fan motor with the energy saving of the CFM and reduced. Calculate the gallons per minute with the chilled water required with the psychometric chart with the air condition given the condensate head with the pump perform the chart given determine the gallons per minute increase of the motor with the given the pump is increase of the one half the one third to 1/2 horsepower. For given the column with the footing and load conditions, determine the footing thickness required with the resist of the punch shear. For given the rigid load condition, determine the most probable moment of damage. Determine the maximum minimum required length of the given fillet well with the given load condition. For defined composite wood steel plate with the wood beam, determine the transformed wood momentum in air with the given the roof framing plan. Wind force plan, determining with the maximum required capacity with the rigid diaphragm. For given soil condition geotechnical parameters, determine the maximum level capacity for the trait. Shaft drill prior to the given the depth of the diameter. For same soil condition geotechnical property of the drill with the pier diameter, determine the required depth of the pier. Develop the required load bearing capacity given the beam span locating property to determine the minimum moment and air required limited mid-span deflection for the given amount for the given retaining wall footing of the geometry load condition. Determine the overturn moment of the top of the footing. Calculate shear with the shelf angle of the supporting brick fence and veneer wall for given the configuration of load. Determine the maximum long-term deflection concrete Menzium slab with load configuration material property for the given. A useful tool can use to prepare the examination as principal practice for the architectural engineering sample questions and solutions developed by the Architectural Engineering Institute is available on the Architectural Society Council Engineering at ASCE or bookstore book at CFMA book board 4287. Alright, 6. Information you need to take into the exam. Since the architectural engineering practice engineering examination is open book, you need to think of the reference about reference books you will take with the examination listed in Figure 6, or some that might you consider you should review the contents all before the examination termination. You will be able to utilize the time efficient manner for determining the examination. Probably find that the reference for the individual technical focus that you must useful to the examination because you are likely already familiar with them, and in all of the cases, the latest edition should be used. Alright, the Figure 6 Suggest examination books are the Occupational Safety, Health, and Standards of the Industry, U.S. Department of Labor to Good Engineering Economy, Textbook ACE, Framework and Concrete, ICBO, Uniform Building Code, BOCA, National Building Code, SBCCI, Standard Building Code, the ICC, International Building Code, the ISCE, 7, the Minimum Design Load Building and Other Structure, then the ASHRAE Fundamental Handbook, Application Handbook, System and Equipment Handbook, Refrigeration Handbook, Principal Heating, Ventilation, Air Conditioning Handbook, Standard 91, Engineering Standing Buildings, IEE, Color Book Sets, IESNA, Lighting Book, SFPE, Handbook of the Fire Protection Industry, ASPE, Data Book, Volumes 1 through 3, National Fire Protection Association, 1790, National Electric Code, 13 Standard Insulation Sprinkler System, 14 Standard Insulation Standpipe Private Hydrants Hose System, also Fire Protection Association 72, National Fire Alarm Code 99, Standard Healthcare Facilities 101, Life Safety Code, the ACI 31, 8, Building Code Requirement Structural Concrete 5300, Building Code Masonry Instruction 530.1, Specification Manual Structure, AISC Manual Steel Construction Allowable to Truss Design, AISC Manual Street Construction Load and Resistant Factor Design, National Design Specification Wood Construction, PCI Pre-Stress Concrete Design Handbook. Alright, 7. Your career development after you have passed the practice engineering exam and a registered architectural and are in a registered architectural engineer, you will have the professional credentials that will open the door for you to leadership position of the building design construction industry. For this will increase your value with a company public agency will provide the business opportunity should be with a private engineering firm. It also would allow you to take the principal role of the designing building approach to the delivery of the building and infrastructure construction. Its maximum value of the architectural engineer registration, you should become a member of the Architectural Engineering Institute. Architectural Engineering Institute is a professional home. All professional building industry is included with the course of the Registry of the Architectural Engineering, provide with a multidisciplinary national forum for members of the not limited to architectural, civil, and structural, mechanical, electrical engineering communities. Architectural Engineering Institute works with the facility with a crucial communication among the member of the building team, both with the technical base for the end of the professional and for the addition with the staff of the primary or the operate organization for the timely quality, technical literature, professional advocacies, educational opportunities, and admission to the strip of the building community, promoting integrated multidisciplinary approach of planning, design, construction, operation, building, and encouraging excellence in practice for the education research for the architectural engineering. You can learn more about architectural engineering at Institute at Architectural Engineering Institute.org. Good luck. That has an examination for this PDH JP Geyer 2009 book testing.